people are not born with a particular sexuality. When it comes to sexuality, sexuality is developed. So when the question is asked, are people born gay, it's automatically a little bit of a misnomer. It's almost like a leading question in any case, because nobody is born with a sexuality, whether heterosexual, bisexual, gay, homosexual, transsexual, whatever. Nobody is born with what we call a sexual identity, and a sexual identity is developed throughout time. So when it comes to the literal question, are people born gay, the answer is a definitive no, because there's no such thing as someone being born into a sexual being. When children are children and they're babies, they are not sexual. What people are getting at is there a genetic component to homosexuality? Is there maybe a gay gene, or is it biological? Is it hereditary even? And for that, we have to look at the body of research. As a licensed mental health counselor and going through my master's program, I researched sexual identity, sexual orientation, a lot of stuff that had to do with homosexuality and sexual identity, sexual orientation in general. The overwhelming research shows that there is actually a mixture of genetic and environmental influences. So it is not completely biological. And that's what a lot of the world sees. Media portrays homosexuality as completely biological. The gay community, by and large, believes that it is biological, that people are born that way. But science actually shows that that's not true. And if people actually researched it and looked into it, they would find that out. The first time I heard that people were not born gay was when I was actually gay myself, and I was in a liberal college where in the textbook that is available for all college students, said that there is not a purely biological component to homosexuality. What we have to do as researchers then is look at what are called twin studies. And when you look at twin studies, what that helps us to do in the social sciences realm is to see whether a certain trait or certain set of traits are heritable or genetic. And you look at identical twins, where identical twins have 100% of the same genetic codes as their identical twin partner. And then what you do is you have to see how many of the identical twins have the exact same personality trait or characteristic as their other identical twin. If they have the same, and by and large the whole study shows that there is that same genetic trait, then we can say that there's a good chance that that trait is heritable or genetic. With homosexuality, that's not true. You're looking at about a 50 to 60% concordance rate, which means that 50 to 60% of identical twins have a identical twin gay partner. So that means that there's about 40 to 50% where that doesn't happen, where there's one gay twin and the other one is straight. So we know from that alone that it can't just be purely genetic, or else 100% of those twins would have a gay twin as well. So that means that there's also environmental factors, or social factors that lead into that, developmental factors that lead into that. So the best way to look at how homosexuality is developed is from a comprehensive view. There are some genetic components, we can't ignore that. Some biological components, I should say. There are also some social and developmental factors that play a role in the development of a sexual orientation. So it's not just, are people born gay? Because that's not how it works. But people do develop to become gay. And that's a mixture of biological, social, and developmental factors.